Hey guys, this is Kannagi and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today's video is going to be telling you guys about the luggage tips, what you should pack for Canada and what you will easily get here. So let's get started. So these are the two bags that I got in when I came back in 2016. These are the standard size bags and both of these bags are allowed when you are traveling. Now, one thing I do want to let you guys know is if you're traveling internationally, you will be allowed to carry 23 kg in one and 23 kg in the other. So do check in with your airlines. I traveled with Lufthansa, so they allowed me 23 kg and 23 kgs in each of these. But I know some rules have changed with a few flights, so make sure you do check in that with your airline first. So one quick thing before I move on to hand luggage is about these TSA locks that you can see. Now, it's a number locking system which is on most bags, but you see that TSA written on it is very important because it has a universal key in here. So what happens is sometimes in customs, when people want to check in that what are you carrying in your bag, they have the universal keys with them so they can open your bag and see what is inside. But most of the times if you do not have something like that, they can tear your bag or they can open up your zip. So make sure that you have TSA lock on your bags. Now, if you do not have a bag like this, you can always buy a TSA lock from outside. You can purchase it from market and lock your zip with that lock. Talking about hand luggage, you're allowed to bring in a bag like this as well as one laptop bag. Now for girls, you can carry a handbag, that's not a problem. So the weight that's allowed to you is together 7 kgs. Now what happens sometimes when our luggage is exceeding in these of the bags, we try to overfill these two. Try to avoid that. One of the reasons is it's very heavy and difficult to carry at the airport, and the other one is now they have started measuring these two as well. So if you have exceeded your luggage in these two, they might charge you. So it's better to take precaution first and not exceed your baggage in the hand luggage as well. The first thing in your checklist should be the list of documents. Now, I would always recommend you guys to get a file like this or a folder where you can have all your travel documents. Now, the first thing is the passport. So passport is really important. Make sure you keep it in this file along with all the travel documents that are needed. So this should always be in your hand luggage or your laptop bag, because when you come for immigration or you are in the transit, they'll again and again check your passport and stuff. Now you can bring in your IELTS results copy, your original documents that involves mark sheets from 12th standard and your bachelor's transcript. I did get those, but they were not required here. So usually they don't ask for it, but if you want to bring in copies to be safe, you can always bring it in. Another thing, if you have your driver's license in your home country, so try to bring that in along with you because it gets easier to get a full driving license in Canada once you come here. Also, one more thing, do try to keep in the photocopies of all of these documents just to be safe. Now let's jump into the clothing section. But before I tell you what to bring and what not to bring, I do need to clarify that it's not always winter in Canada. There is summer too. So the temperature can go up till 25 to 30 degrees. That means you will really need summer clothes as well. The duration is not as much, but it's still important to get your summer clothes. So for girls, you can always bring tops like this. Which is not that thick but little thinner, and for boys you can get t-shirts like this when you are preparing yourself for summer. Besides this, you can always bring in a couple of jeans. I would rather suggest bringing in 4 to 5 sets of jeans, because if you don't have to do your laundry like every alternate day, you can continuously wear it and then you can do your laundry after 2 weeks. Now, getting to a point, you can also bring in a couple of trousers because people here go to the university in very casual wear. So there is no set of rules that you have to get well dressed up professionally, but rather very casual clothing is recommended. Now for winters, hoodies are the most important thing that you need to bring in when you're coming from your home country. So I did bring in hoodies like this that also had a cap behind, and then I also brought in some sweatshirts like this that were high necked. So it's really up to you that what kind of clothes do you prefer. The other important thing that I do need to tell is it's not always important to get very thick clothes, because when you're going out you can always layer yourself up. So you can wear your thermals inside. Do bring in your thermals, it's super important. Then you can wear in your sweatshirt like this, and then you can wear some jacket over it. So you'll not feel that cold, and it's also that you're layering yourself up. One important thing of layering up is when you go to study to your university, or if you're going for work, everything inside the buildings is heated up. So if you're wearing your thick clothes and going to your class, you'll feel very hot. So make sure you layer yourself up so that if you're going to your class or work, you can remove the first 2 layers of your clothes and you will still be fine. Now moving on, you can always get beanies like this or some cute caps like this from home, because they can be easily slide into your bag. And now talking about gloves, gloves are super important. But I do want to tell you something which is really important. So if you are coming from your home country and bringing in gloves like this, because this is what I got, these will totally get wet in snow. So this is not what I recommend when you're coming from your home country to Canada. But rather gloves like this is purely good. So I got this from here, it's just like $4. So it's pretty cheap. So if you're looking to buy gloves, you can definitely come here and buy these kinds. So do make sure you bring in a pair of thermals as well as socks when you're coming here. And then talking about winter jackets. Please do not fill up your bags with winter jackets because they take a lot of space, but rather it's good to invest in jackets when you come here. So you can buy jackets like this when you come here. They're pretty good cloth. They keep you pretty warm, and then they also have fur to cover you when it's snowing. And the boots. The winter boots is a good choice when you come here and buy, because the quality is pretty good and they keep you warm. You have to keep a budget of around $200 to $250 just to make sure that everything is in that budget and you can buy it in here, and that's my advice. One more thing, buildings are pretty heated up in Canada, so make sure you bring in your summer nightwears to wear at night. Now, going to blankets, many people bring in big blankets when they're coming here. There's no need to do that because you get pretty good quilts over here, which is just about $40. So you can keep up your budget for $40 and buy the quilt over here. And for the first week, when you're just not yet ready to go to the store and buy quilts, you can bring a small bed sheet to cover yourself up if you feel cold. Now let's move on to electronics. So whichever country you are coming from to Canada, you will need connectors. The reason being that the voltage in Canada is 120 volt. So I came from India and I got a connector like this. This is a travel adapter which takes in whatever charger you put in here and converts it into 120 volt. Now another thing that I do want to share is laptops. Well, if you have laptop in India and you don't want to spend money after coming here, it's fine, you can bring that. But I suggest to get laptops from here. The reason being that it comes with warranty, so if anything goes wrong, they will always replace it for you. And the second thing is that the labor in Canada is pretty expensive. My laptop broke down and in the end I paid more money to get it fixed rather than the new laptop price itself. So I suggest you to get your laptop here. Now let's move on to the food items. You get everything here. So for the first week, until you go and get your grocery, you can pack some Maggi packets. I'm not against it. But once you are here, you are settled in, you can always go to Walmart or you can go to the respective stores from your country and buy everything that you want to. I brought in 5 kgs of spices when I was coming here, which was completely wrong. I would have rather given that space to something else which was more important. So you cannot bring items which is like butter, ghee, milk. It's not allowed. I did bring in a ghee box and it was removed at customs. You can definitely bring in some sweets for the first weeks when you're missing home, but do make a good choice and do not fill up your bag with a lot of these items. So next thing in my list is medicines. It's very important for you to bring a small box of basic medicines because getting medicines in Canada is really hard until it's prescribed by your doctor, and getting a doctor appointment is way more harder. So make sure you have basic medicine box with you along with the prescriptions and bills because they can ask about it in the custom. One more thing, I brought in a lot of medicines. Now what happened is they got expired and then in the end I just had to throw it. So make sure you bring in medicines which are decent amount and also not too much. Next comes utensils. Do not stuff or stock a lot of utensils in your bags. I would recommend you can bring in a small pressure cooker because the quality of pressure cooker that you get here is not as nice. You can also bring in small pans if you want because for the first few days you can at least start cooking until you go to the grocery shopping and buy utensils for yourself. Another thing that I do want to tell that here the stoves are like this, induction based. So whatever utensils you are bringing, try to bring in the flat base utensils, which that would be pretty helpful. Now for other utensils, you can always go out to stores and look out for clearance or deals. You get utensils much cheaper on deals as in normal prices. So do look out for deals and shop economically. Now comes the money part. So you can either have a Forex card in your hand that will work internationally, or you can bring in some cash. So for me, I exchanged the money and got $250 when I came here in the beginning. And after that, you can always go to the bank and they'll create an account for you and you'll get a debit and a credit card for your expenditure. So we usually use cards over here. We don't carry much cash. So it's totally your decision, but carrying a card is a wiser decision. Now talking about some last couple of things, make sure that if you're buying a new suitcase, you have a warranty or you get an international warranty. The reason being, if something happens on the way while traveling, you can get it repaired and fixed. Another thing is for the first week or for first few days, try to get in some toothbrushes, toothpaste, sanitary pads, soaps, shampoos. And if you're getting shampoos, make sure to wrap them up pretty properly. It happened with me that one of my shampoo bottles broke and all of my clothes were smelling like shampoo. So make sure you wrap it up pretty nicely so that this thing doesn't happen with you. They do not allow more than 100 ml of liquids in your handbag. So if you're bringing in perfumes or shampoo bottles, make sure you wrap it up and put it in your baggage and not in your hand luggage. Now, one last thing, do pack wisely. Make sure you are not bringing a lot of stuff which is not even needed. And rest, I do want to tell you guys that whatever you are packing, it should be for the first few days because I understand that you cannot go for shopping as soon as you land. But you get everything here. So whatever you want to buy or you want to get for yourself, there are a lot of stores. So make sure you pack wisely. Do not fill your bags up with things that are not even required and that might charge you more money while traveling. And do comment in the comment section below how was your journey and if these tips helped you. Alright, see you later. Bye bye for now.